Alright, so since I don't have a cutter, I got most of the big stuff with the grinder. Then I came in with my jigsaw and a metal blade and got some the flame portions. The only part I had a trouble with was right here, so I got as best I could. Then I used a Dremel to kind of get some of it down in the shape, and then I flipped it over and used the cutting wheel to cut through the weld on the back and get it. Then I just broke it off with a hammer, and then I'll just use the grinder to kind of shape it curved a little bit better. Then for the cross, I just drilled a hole, and I'm gonna do my jigsaw this way and that way, and that's probably gonna be the easiest for that. So you make do with what you got. Plasma cutter probably would have made this real quick and easy, but you still would have to clean it up a little bit and get some of the points off and round it and stuff. Just would go a lot faster. And then I was watching this one guy, sorry. He cut out Texas and letters, and he just used a torch. And man, that guy, he was just cutting just like this, almost perfect. I guess he's done a lot of them. But if you got real good with a torch, you could do especially this thinner stuff. That'd be really easy too. Okay, so now just some cleanup with the grinder and unsharpen some of the mids, get those points off there a little bit, since this is going to be for decoration. Okay, so today I'm going to try and finish the cross. I think that was part of my 3 things on the Saturday vlog. I wanted to get the metal piece of this done, the table, and then I did get the other one done with the where the vinyl sticker messed up. So, but now I got this cut out last weekend and grinded and prettied up. So that's ready. Now I just need to make the T portion of the cross. I'm not going to make the top part for the metal one. So I've kind of got this in SketchUp again. It just helps me lay things out a little bit. So I'm just going to make a T. I could save some metal by cutting these off right here and you know, adjusting it a little bit, but I'm just going to go with 2321. Make a T, and then just put this on top because I want that layered look anyway. I'm going to weld the nuts to the back, probably at each 1, 2, 3, and then maybe one right here below. That will offset this probably about a 1/2 inch to an inch. I don't know how far yet. I'm just going to play with it and see kind of where I like that 3D look. I just need enough room for the LEDs to go behind it, but that's what I'm going to do. So I'm just going to make the T, and then I'll weld this to the top, and then I'm going to paint everything black. So I'm gonna go get those cut out. Okay, so I actually changed my mind and went a little bit longer. I went in and this wasn't quite as big as I scaled it down to in the SketchUp, so I just adjusted it a little bit. So I went with 23 and 25. I've got the centers marked here and here, and we'll just line these up. Gotta get my glasses and stuff. And then I'm just going to weld that right there. The only way I could figure out how to tack this thing, because I don't want the welds on the front. It kept falling off and whatnot. So there we go. plenty to hold it on there. So what I did was I went to Tractor Supply today and bought some nuts, and then just tacked those on the back. That's how it's gonna, they're gonna go through the board basically. And I bought some washers just to get the spacing that I want correctly. I think just the one nut is gonna be just right what I want, but I'm not sure. So now I'm just gonna paint it. I took it outside, wire wheeled it, sprayed it down with brake cleaner, and wiped all the, you know, that grease and stuff that gets on these metals when you're working on them. And now I'm just ready to spray some black paint on this, and that will be done. So over here, what I did was I took the bolts out and laid it down, then just gave it a good whack with the rubber mallet after I got it all lined up in the right distance and everything. I just gave it a good little whack, and it kind of made a mark of the nut in there. This followed the nut hole, that sounds funny, around, and I was just able to draw a circle, and then I found semi-centers, so it might be off just a touch, but it's really close, so I think it'll look fine. Well, this citrus stripper stuff works pretty good on metal. You know, like I said, I was in a hurry trying to make this and finish it on that Saturday. I was running behind and everything, and the paint just looked bad. So I did not take it to the auction. I'll just wait and use it next year, or I don't know. Maybe I'll just put this in my living room. This did turn out kind of nice. I mean, still, you know, from a distance you could still see what it was going to look like because it's just black paint. But it looked pretty cool. So maybe I'll keep it. But anyway, I wanted to strip most of it off because I did end up putting, well, I put black, and then I decided that didn't work, so I put primer, and then I put black again on top of it, and then I also put some of that polyurethane on there. So it was, you know, had it not crackled, it would have been really nice. But anyway, so I tried to get some of that off of there, and I'm gonna go ahead and wire wheel and grind it down and stuff and get it completely back down to bare metal, and then I'm gonna prime it, wait the full 48 hours, and then paint it properly this time. So the moral of the story is to just get out there and try again if you mess up on something. It turned out pretty nice after I redid it, and I got it all painted and back onto the cross and stuff again. So as always, get out there, do something. If you mess up, that's okay. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next video.